We're back again, Kings, and today we start with Saitama and Genos chilling out in his apartment where Saitama is casually reading manga, and Genos is recording Saitama's daily routine in immense detail. Saitama realizes he has absolutely nothing to teach Genos, and feels like an absolute fraud leading him on like this. It's then that Genos mentions to Saitama that if he doesn't solve any crime in the next couple days, there's a chance his hero title will be stripped from him entirely, as C-class heroes have a weekly quota they have to meet to maintain membership. Terrified, Saitama states there hasn't been anything on the news to fight, but Genos explains that C-class heroes usually deal with petty crimes like purse snatchings and lost cats. Saitama gets dressed and plans to rush out without Genos, as he fears he may take all the credit from him. It's then Saitama has some advice for Genos. With strength training irrelevant for Genos, he should look to strengthen himself elsewhere, specifically his mind, and sets a goal for Genos to break top 10 of S-class. This speech and goal were completely made up on the spot, with assistance of a manga book on the floor. Genos, however, naively gobbles it up and swears to give it his all. Saitama embarks on his journey to find crime. He speeds around town with a terrified expression on his face, scaring everyone who crosses him. But no matter how far or how long he ran, he found no crime waiting to meet justice. Saitama heads home and leaves tomorrow's problems to tomorrow's him. Unfortunately, tomorrow's him is in the exact same position. No crime and little time. Suddenly a kunai is caught between his fingers. He recognizes his face but can't recall his name. Seed on the ground? Lost and found? Oh, Jack-o'-lantern panic! No, it's speed of sound Sonic. Today is the day that Sonic settles his actually nevermind. Saitama is busy. Infuriated, Sonic gifts Saitama with some breakfast steal and has no idea what just happened. Saitama explains again that he's busy and pissed, so anyone in his way today is getting punched. Fortunately, a civilian has already informed the hero of the criminal events, and Tank Top Tiger has come to handle him. Saitama laughs at Sonic and the fact that they think he's a criminal. But actually, she was talking about Saitama. She explains he's been running around all day with a scary look on his face, and Tank Top Tiger explains if he's a hero he shouldn't be running around frightening people. Upon hearing his name recognized in the crowd, Tank Top Tiger gets a little too excited and offers to fight Saitama, telling him to make sure he looks good in front of them. Sonic doesn't take kindly to this interruption. Sonic is also disgusted that a man such as Saitama would register as a hero. He uses this to his advantage to force a fight, since Saitama is obligated by his profession to interfere if Sonic is causing a disturbance. A car is heading straight for this little kid, which Saitama heroically prevents. Saitama is stressed. He doesn't have time for this. If he doesn't find a criminal to stop, then he's going to lose his job. If only there was someone right in front of him raining destruction down on the public. Wait a minute. Sonic asks why Saitama isn't coming, to which he responds, "I'm right here, bro." He wonders if this will count as work. The Hero Association recognized Sonic as a criminal involved in several crimes, including assassination. They then proceed to inquire on the investigation of the Ghost Town City Z, where Golden Ball and Mustachio have been sent to explore. "Doesn't that sound interesting?" a new character says. It's Tornado. And she asks if she needs to be sent to go and check it out. Busho explains this simply isn't worth her time, which offends Tornado as it implies she isn't good enough, as she lifts the objects off the table. But the secretary states it's not an S-class matter, to which she responds that if anything can fight she better be informed immediately. Calling them idiots, she leaves the room, spilling Busho's coffee all over the table. In a Hero Association briefing, we're told City Q has nothing unusual to report despite being a hot zone for monsters. But it's revealed that Watchdog Man, the hero guarding the city, can most likely deal with every threat by himself. City W, guarded by Heavy Kong, also has nothing to report. Other cities are introduced, but each has nothing to report aside from some slow restoration. Aside from City F, where ex-criminal Hammerhead is reporting for a job interview. two Class A heroes are ready to start their investigation into the abandoned area of City Z, Mustachio, and Golden Ball. It's explained in the last 10 years, City Z has been receiving a higher volume of monsters than usual. It's rumored that something very nasty lives here. They enter the deadly area. Eventually they spot something, but only briefly. The pursuit begins. They catch up to the monster and immediately open fire, but the seaweed monster deflects the golden bullet. Running seaweed through the drain, he latches onto Golden Ball's leg and rips him under the ground into a wall. Mustachio pulls out a tissue, which is actually a sword, and begins wailing on the flying seaweed. He pulls out his big move, Tombow Thrust. Despite having devastating range and damage, the monster dodges the attack with ease. Mustachio realizes the power difference and begins calling for backup, while stalling the monster with questions like, "Were you born here?" The monster explains he heard the same rumors, that something deadly lived here and wanted to see if it were true. But now he can make it a self-fulfilling prophecy, as the ghost town monster has a good ring to it. All Class A heroes are called for backup as Mustachio is on his last legs. Mustachio has finally realized why nobody wants to live here before passing out. Seaweed Monster is simply disappointed he didn't get a single scream, and grasps that with no one here there would be no one to spread around word about him anyway, and decides to move on somewhere else. Upon seeing a regular-looking civilian, Seaweed Monster realizes the monster rumor must be false, as why else would a normal guy be walking around here? He goes for the kill. And Saitama says, "Damn, forgot the kombu stock." Back at home, Genos wonders why there's so much kombu outside the door, and Saitama simply states he found a really good deal. Genos misunderstands this, and begins talking about the benefits of kombu promoting good hair growth. Reading the report of the two Class A heroes, the Hero Association is made aware of this deadly monster and thinks it may still be roaming the streets, but is actually just being digested in Saitama's stomach. Tornado is irate, making it clear that she should have been the one to investigate in the first place. Busho naively explains that even Tornado would have struggled, to which she corrects, saying she would have been completely fine. The Class A heroes arrive to investigate, and see a devastated building, shocked at what type of monster could cause such destruction. They pick up remains of the monster and wonder if two monsters battled it out for territory, not realizing this is just the result of Saitama's right arm. News of City Z's destruction starts making the news, worrying the public. Even monsters themselves are becoming worried at the events. That wraps this one up, Kings. As always, be sure to subscribe. I'm sure it won't be long until I see you again.